Good.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Congrats on the win. That was a fine performance.
Thank you so much.
Is that how you felt it would go down, or did you surprise yourself even a little bit?
I'll tell you what, that's how I always wanted to go down, so I always visualize it going down, but I always surprise myself afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, you came in with some momentum behind the way. Cage Warriors champion, the only guy to defend that belt 3 times. What did you just think of the matchup when they came to you?
You know, I thought it was a good fight, but like I said, I was once a 4-1 underdog myself, and so I didn't underestimate him. It's a big fight for me. It was the 4th fight of my contract, and wanted to finish it in solid fashion. So I enjoy fighting for this company, and I'm excited to stick around for some time now.
Was that a calculated decision as far as you going into this? Had there been an offer to renew your deal prior, or?
No, not at this point, and I'm fine with that, man. I've dealt with way worse adversity in my life. You know, 4th fight of a contract, to have the option to fight with the best organization in the world. You know, it's a great opportunity. So to even have that opportunity to be in the 4th fight of my contract, I was happy about. But definitely excited to get the finish now and show my worth, almost my value, and I hope they want to keep me sticking around.
And the motivation clearly worked. That was your first round finish since I think about 2009.
You're telling me, man. Yeah, well, like I said, we don't get paid by the minute, so I was happy to get in, get out, and even in that first round, you know, we take some pretty good damage. So, you know, like I said, hats off to Chris Fishgold. I think he'll bounce back strong, but tonight was my night, and I wasn't gonna have it get taken from me.
So what do you think happens from here? Sean didn't sign you to a new deal since you've been out of the cage, I'm assuming, but you know, what's the timeline in your mind?
Timeline for me is right now I'm excited about my teammate Rob Font, my #1 training partner. Shout out to him, really helping me get ready for this fight. Kid's a talent. He's fighting Sergio Pettis in Milwaukee, so I'll be there for him. Bounce back. He keeps me in the gym when I don't have a fight, and he's always in the gym, so it works out good, man. Right now I'm just excited for him, and then listen to my management, tell me what they got next lined up for me, but I feel good. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, like, are you almost 100% sure you stay in the UFC, or is there something like they don't give you?
Oh, all these guys jumping around and things in the organizations right now. I'm happy with my first 3. I hope they sign me to 3, 4 more. You know, shit, people are getting 8-fight contracts now. Like I said, I'm very happy where I am right now, but like I said, I roll with everything. Whatever happens, happens.
So if they don't give you what you feel you're worth, you know, you are willing to maybe do something else?
Well, I mean, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Right now, I'm very happy. I came off a solid performance, and you know, I think they're happy with my performance. I hope so, and that's the way I'm visualizing it as of right now.
Were you surprised how hot and heavy Chris Fishgold came in there on the feet?
I tell you the truth, no. I have great corners coaches, and they have me prepared for that. And if he didn't, then so be it. It's kind of easier to prepare for maybe a lackluster first round. But they had me kind of focused on him coming in like that, and for good reason. I had some assumptions myself. You see some of his tape. He comes out, he's a strong, tough kid, and imposes his will quick. We weathered the storm and got the finish just like we wrote it up.
Back in the win column, I mean, depending on how the contract situations go, do you have anybody in mind who you want to fight? Obviously, you want to move up further.
I consider myself, you know, one of the top in the division. You know, right now, I just came off a top 15 ranking. I like to get put back there and then fight someone else in the top 15. You know, show I belong there.
How's the bird doing?
Oh man, he didn't. It left me the next morning. Unfortunately, I had it with me. Thing wouldn't leave me alone. I was going to train with Rob and Tyson at strength and conditioning. All of a sudden, thing wouldn't leave me alone. Flew on my car. I'm like, this thing's crazy. It won't leave me alone. I felt like I had to. You know what I mean? I couldn't get like food or something. I was feeding it. All of a sudden, it jumps on my arm. And I was like, all right, it's coming with me for the day now. And I just called out of strength and conditioning. I kicked it with the bird for the day.
What's it like to be kind of the step of like a viral moment like that?
Oh my God, especially what happens organically. You know, that was the craziest part. And then a bird out of nowhere. You can't write that shit up.
Did you notice a lot more people giving you attention and stuff?
Oh my God, yeah, instantly. It was on my table, and then all of a sudden it flew on my lap, and I had got people from inside. I was eating outside. It was a nice day in New England, believe it or not. And people are staring from inside the restaurant at me and the bird, and they're recording it. I'm like, you guys seen this shit? And like I said, I go to my car. I'm like, I gotta go train. Like, I can't kick it with a bird all day at Panera. So I get to my car, and it flies on the hood of my car. I'm like, I'm gonna put my arm on it. If it flies on my arm, I'm taking it with me. If not, I'm gotta get the hell out of here. Flew on my arm. I took it to training, and I don't know what the more humane thing is. Like I maybe saved a bird, but I killed about 2 dozen worms in the process. So, you know, feeding the thing. But Yeah, wild experience, but I since gave the bird back, returned the cage, thankfully, because I had to fly out for Rob's fight in a week in Vegas, and I couldn't handle the bird dad life at that point.
Think you'll ever see it again?
Crazy story. I think I saw it 2 weeks later, and I was like, "You're not pulling over right now." And I just kept driving. You know, I can't mess with nature too much. And I tell you, when I bought the bird, when I picked it up, I bought it a cage, biggest cage they had in there. I bought it a toy, and then I left the cage outside my house with the door open because I go, once you record something on social media or go live, I'm gonna have all these animal humanitarians yelling at me that I caged a wild bird, and I kept it I bird napped it. So I left the door open, I left it outside, and I'm like, shit, if it leaves, it leaves, if it stays, it stays. And it left at like 6 a.m. the next morning before I had a tea time.
As far as fighting outside the U.S. is your first international fight, so to speak. You're not that far from home, but is that something you'd want to do more of?
I mean, not really. I'd like to fight in Vegas first. It's always been my mother's dream, see me fight in Vegas. I don't know if she just wants a trip to Vegas or just see me fight there, but I very much enjoy going on the West Coast, fight early, get done. You can get a massage, grab dinner, and then go out for the night, and then it doesn't shut down. You know, Vegas would be definitely a dream of mine to fight in Vegas, and then following that, I would be open to it internationally because I do love to travel, and on the UFC's dime would be great.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.